What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mel here for another classic review, and today I'm talking about my thoughts on the one that started it all. The one that put Rankin Bass on the map of holiday specials. Sorry about my voice. It sounds a bit weirder now, but it starts a little getting better, but I'm talking about the 1964 stop-motion holiday classic, Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer. Released back on December 6th of 1964 by NBC Television Distribution, later known as NBC's Universal Syndication. Sorry. Damn, this is a whole history about this special. But before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, do you know all the reindeer names? But do you know the most famous one of all? If not, he's gonna blind you with that damn red nose, boy. So yeah, Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer was a classic during the holidays. It's right there because I'll tell you why. It was it was produced by Videocraft International Limited, later known as Rankin Bass Productions. It was already aired on December 6th, 1964 on NBC Television, and was sponsored by General Electric on the umbrella title, the General Electric Fantasy Hour. Damn. I know General Electric had a sponsor with Disney with the Carousel Progress, but this is new. There's a lot more you didn't know about, so yeah. Also, by the time it was released, it didn't release that much until they started to do it like... As I was saying, the special was based on the 1949 Johnny Marks song Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer, which was itself based on a poem of the same name written by Mark's brother-in-law, Robert L. May. You won't believe this. For the Macy's department store. No, I'm not joking. I actually watched a video episode on shit, I forgot the name of this YouTube channel. They go visit graveyards of famous celebrities, Hollywood Graveyard. That one. They visit the episodes on holiday ones, like famous people behind Rankin Bass, He visit the grave of the two who wrote the song and the book of Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer. Which is good to know. Check it out. It's quite entertaining. Which the song was released, digitally remastered in 2005, rescanned frame by frame by the original 35mm film element. Which is a fun fact. Rudolph no longer airs just once annually because, let's just say, it had little other specials that appeared as well, like a Charlie Brown Christmas and the other classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which you got favorites because, okay, I'm going to talk about the Grinch when I finish with the Rankin Bass, because, oh boy, there's a lot. Which, I'll say annually, but several times during the Christmas and holiday season. It has been telecast every year since 1964, making it the longest continuously running Christmas special in the U.S. Sorry. I was saying, on the 50th anniversary of the television special was marked in 2014, and the series postage stamps featuring Rudolph was issued by the United States Postal Service On November 6, 2014, a special exhibit was also mounted at the Masterworks Museum in Bermuda, where the original puppets are held. Which, Renee, I told you. But this is in 2014, so they are now in the Museum of Puppetry, where they still are. In 2019, Freeform, formerly known as ABC Family, started airing the special as part of their 25 Days of Christmas Rankin's Christmas holiday programming block. Which I didn't know that they changed their names. Which I'm actually want to check it out myself. As for the cast, we have the one and only Burl Ives. If you don't remember, he's a famous country. I think he was a country folk singer, famous for playing his famed banjo and that melancholy voice. He does the voice of our host, Sam the Snowman. Which, funny fact, they made him. Bernard said with Fred Astaire to make a puppet look just like him. They did what with Burl Ives, but just his face on a snowman's body. Yeah. Which is actually pretty cool. You never see his eyes open, I think. Okay, I gotta check if his eyes were always open or do he always had closed under his eyebrows. Let's continue, shall we? We also have Larry Mann as the voice of Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the North. Looking for gold? Wahoo! Nothing. Sorry, he makes me laugh when he does that little gig when he throws his pickaxe in the air, which I was hoping he get hit butt by that thing. Yep, that's the end of that. And we have Billy Mae Richards as Rudolph. No fact, it was voiced by a girl. I did not know that. Stupid me. Actually, I didn't know. I just wanted to make a little joke. We have Paul Solis as Hermie, the only elf who wants to be a dentist. We also have Stan Francis as Santa Claus and King Moonrazer, who is the ruler of an island of misfit toys. And Renera said that about when I did Santa Claus Come to Town, that Mickey Rooney did Santa Claus first. Nope. It was Stan Francis who was the first Santa Claus in the Rankin and Bass. I don't know if he did the one for Frosty. I gotta check if he did that for Frosty before Mickey Rooney take over as Kris Kringle himself. King Moonrazer. Holy shit. I thought he was a griffin because look, he has wings of an eagle and body of a lion. But a griffin also have the talons of a eagle as well. But I don't know. That looks dope. The puppet as well. We also have Alfie Scoop as Fireball, various male elves, and Charlie in the Box. If you know who's Fireball, he was supposed to be Will's first friend during the reindeer games, but unfortunately ditched him when he found out he had a red nose. Fucking shithead. And also, it's Charlie in the Box because he's supposed to be when Rua mentioned he's supposed to be Taco Box. No one wants a Charlie in the Box. Oh, good grief. I guess he's probably the second in command. Sorry. We also have Janice Ornstein as Clarice, the love interest to Rudolph. We have Paul Klingman as Donner in Comet. If you don't know, Paul Donner, who was Rudolph's dad, and Comet, who was the coach. Comet, the one that says, all right. It's time for some reindeer games. I want to be your friend, eh? Wow. We have Carl Benez as the head elf. Okay, fun fact. When I first saw this when I was a little kid, like in preschool or kindergarten, this fucker scared me. But Bumble scared me more. Him with that voice like, What? You don't want to make toys? That voice. Oh, God. Oh, my God. You also voiced the Misfit Elephant and various other Misfit toys. We also have Corinne Conley as Dolly for Sue. I know which one's the ragdoll. We have Peg Dixon as Mrs. Claus and Mrs. Donner, Rudolph's mother. It's kind of weird, isn't it? We now get understanding of the different cats who voices Santa Claus and his wife. Okay, the funny part is when you got to Santa Claus coming to town, it's Nikki Rooney voicing Santa Claus, but Mrs. Claus is voiced by a different person. I forgot her name. She was the school teacher and later become his wife. Then we had Bloomer. Shit, I forgot her name. This was her last role in A Year Without Santa Claus. She did the voice of Mrs. Claus. Weird, isn't it? I can't make up my mind who voices the Mrs. Claus. And also we have Bernard Cowan as the Bumble. Say what now? And Clarice's father, like, wait, the Bumble. You tell me somebody did that roar that scared the shit out of us from childhood? Damn. Well, no respect. If you got someone who voices Clarice's dad, of course, then you'd be scared of shit. Damn. As I was saying, the TV special was teleplayed by Romeo Mueller, introduced several new characters inspired by the song's lyrics. Mueller, an interviewer shortly before his death, that he would have preferred to base the teleplay on May's original book, but could not find a copy. Other than Burl Ives, all characters were portrayed by Canadian actors, recorded by RCA Studios in Toronto, under the supervision of Bernard Cowan. Wait, what? This guy did not only supervise the voice actors, he also... Oh, that's why. If you go on a voice act, you gotta keep yours on credit if you supervise the rest of the actors. Ain't that pity? Not only you're the beast and the dad, you're also the boss. Huh. Ain't that a laugh? Rankin Bass choose Canadian voice actors for two reasons. First, while the last radio drama in the U.S. has ended productions a few years previously, many were still being produced in Canada, giving the producers a large talent pool to choose from. Second, Rankin Bass financially stretched while making Tales of the Wizard of Oz. A few years later, had been able to complete the series only due to the lower labor costs in Canada. Cheap. Ives' part was recorded later. He and his character were added to the cast just before the end of production. And after NBC and General Electric, the show's sponsor, asked Rankin Bass to add a name familiar to the audience to the cast. Character designer Anthony Peters internationally made Sam the Snowman character resembling Ives. Like I said before, if you look closely, it looks like Ives. You can recognize the face. Same with like you seen a year out Santa Claus Come Town with Fred Astaire being the narrator and as Krugen the postman. If you look at him in his actual photo, they look alike. After the script, concept design, and storyboard of Rudolph were done by Rankin Arthur Rankin Jr. and a staff of artists at Rankin Bass in New York City, the company's trademark stop-motion animation process known as Animagic, which filmed at MAO Productions at Tokyo, with the supervision by Tadahito Mochinaga, and associate direction by Kizo Nagashima. There I said, animatic in Japan. So yeah. Besides Rudolph, Mochinaga, and the rest of the Japanese puppet animation staff are also known for their participation with other Rankin Bass creations, with their animatic productions almost throughout the 60s, including from The New Adventures of Pinocchio to Willie McBean and His Magic Machine to The Daydreamer and Mad Monster Party, which I did a review on that. And The Daydreamer, damn, that's a good movie. But it's actually kind of like based on the young life of Johannes. I forgot his last name. He's the guy who wrote The Little Mermaid, Thumbelina, The Ugly Duckling, The Emperor Has New Clothes. Who else? The Garden of Eden, I believe, because the final one that he's actually in the Garden of Eden. Anywho, in the original production, Billy May Richards, who voiced Rudolph, was credited as Billy Richards, since Rankin Bass did not want to disclose that a woman had done the part. Damn. Anthony Peters' name was misspelled. Also, as was the year of the copyrights, which it's actually pretty funny because remember, okay, back in the day, the copyright notice was they used Roman numerals like listed as MCLXIV. You try to guess what year that is? 1164 and not MCMLXLV as for the proper word of 1964. So yeah, now you know. Rudolph was made in the medieval age. So, okay, since those involved in the production, this is the aftermath. After the finishing of Rudolph, those involved in the production had no idea of the future value of the self-motion puppets figures used in the production. Many were not preserved, which, remember I said, they were fragile, they don't last long. Rankin claimed in 2007 to be possession of the original Rudolph puppet. 9 other puppets, including the Santa and young Rudolph, were given to a secretary, who gave them to family members. Eventually, 7 were discarded. What the fuck? In 2005, the remaining 2 puppets... of Rudolph and Santa were placed on Antique Roadshow. The episode aired in 2006 on PBS. At the time, their appraisal valued between $8,000 to $10,000. The puppets have been damaged through the years and rough handling by children in the storage attic. Really? These puppets that cost almost $1,000 each. Do they know they're not supposed to be for toys? They're for display only. Oh boy. But let's continue. Toy aficionado Kevin Cries bought Santa and Rudolph in 2005 and 2007. He had both puppets restored by Screen Novelties, in a Los Angeles-based collective of film directors specializing in stop-motion animation, with puppet fabricator Robin Walsh leading the project. The figure have been shown in conventions since then. They were sold at auction on November 13th in 2020, 2 years ago, netting at $368,000 sale price, doubling the expected return. On December 22nd of 2020, they were donated to the Center of Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, Georgia, which they are now out there to this day. Good. I wish they could bring the others together. That'd be nice. Ives and his estate, since his death in 1995, received annual residual from the show, the only actor in it to do so. This business of residuals was new to our union, which was not quite as strong as the SAG or others in the States. Souls recalled in 2014, he, Richard, and other main cast voice received only $1,000 over the 3 years after the special's original airing. It has some years since made $100 million, while Richard said in 2000 that her compensation was a sore subject for her. She had no complaints about the work itself. I feel lucky to have something that has made such impact on people, and it's because of the stories first and foremost. Ain't that nice? And let's talk about the songs, shall we? We got songs like Jingle, 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 was sung by Santa Claus, which is actually the song when Santa, or Finn Santa, since when we see Santa, he's skinny. Which sounded like Mrs. Claus is making fun of a skinny Santa. Eat, eat. Which, of course, he visits Donner and his wife within the birth of the son Rudolph when he started talking. Another song, We Are Santa's Elves, which is actually by the elves, conducted by the head elf. Well, even Santa's bored. He hated the song, but his wife likes it. And the most funny one, the best one, We Are a Couple of Misfits by Rudolph and Hermie, which there's something about this one, but I'll mention a little later. Silver and Gold was sung by Sam, by Burl Ives, which, hey, he was mentioned when they meet Yukon Cornelius. We have The Most Wonderful Day of the Year by the Misfit Toys, A Holly Jolly Christmas. And the most iconic one, Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer by Sam the Snowman. And here's a fun thing. The version of the special over the years. Let's go to the original broadcast version in 1964 by NBC, which has the NBC Living Color Paycock, well, their trademark. As an introduction, it includes the original and end credits, where an elf drops presents and lists the technical credits. It also includes commercial that were exclusively for General Electric small appliances, with some of the same animated elves from the main program introducing each of the products. And closing NBC network bumpers include promos for the following week's episode of General Electric's College Bowl and Meet the Press, which were presumably preempted that Sunday for the inaugural 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard telecast. The College Bowl quiz show was also sponsored by General Electric's. The original does not include Santa traveling to the Island of Misfit Toys, which, bullshit. Wait for it. But does include a scene near the end of the special which Yukon Cornelius discovers peppermint near a peppermint mine near Santa's workshop, which I remember. No silver, no gold, just peppermint. He can be seen throughout the special tossing his pickaxe in the air, sniffing, and then licking the end of it contains snow and ice. Deletion of the peppermint segment in 1965 to make room for Santa traveling to the island with toys leaves the audience to assume Cornelius was attempting to find either silver or gold, but taste alone. And by 65 until 97, the 65 broadcast also included the new duet between Rudolph and Hermie called Fame and Fortune. That's the one I want to talk about. That replaces the song We're a Couple of Misfits. Because viewers from the 1964 who seen the special a year before, complained that Santa was not shown fulfilling his promise to the Misfit Toys to include this in his annual toy delivery. In reaction, a new scene for subsequent rebroadcasts was produced with Santa making his first stop at the island to pick up the toys. This is the ending that has been shown on all telecasts and video releases ever since. Until sometime in the 70s, the special aired without the additional cuts, but eventually more commercial time was required by the network, In 78, several sequences were deleted to make room for more advertising. The instrumental bridge from We Are Santa's Elves, featuring the Elf Orchestra. Additionally, dialogue by Burl Ives and the Peppermint Mine scene resolving the fate of Yukon Cornelius. The special's 1993 restoration saw Misfits return to its original film context, and 2004 DVD release showcased Fame and Fortune as a separate musical number. Damn. And from 1998 to 2004, this is from during the CBS telecast. Most of the 65 deletions were restored in 1998, and Fame and Fortune was replaced with the original We Are a Couple of Misfits reprise. A short slide reading Rankin Bass Presents was inserted at the beginning of the special to reflect the company's name change. I think it has to be a reason. Imagine call it General Electric's Fantasy Hour presents Rudolph. And back in 2005, the present telecast starting CBS reinserted the Fame and Fortune scene. Good grief. Albeit with the soundtrack replaced by a rather hastily edited version of We're a Couple Misfits. The special has also been edited to make more time for commercial advertising. I think I might remember this while I was living in Florida during this time. Now we're back to 2009, 3 years ago. In May of 2009, it was announced that Freeform would air the specials. Air the special as part of their 25 Days of Christmas lineup for the first time alongside Frosty the Snowman. The agreement was later revealed not to be an exclusive rights agreement, as CBS retained their broadcasting rights to air the special twice under a separate license with Classic Media Universal. CBS still shows the version that had the scenes 2005, with Freeform airing reinserts much of the material deleted or changed from the CBS broadcast, such as the original version of We're a Couple Misfits as well as Peppermint Mine scene, making it the first time that the later scene has been seen on television since the original broadcast. Freeform print of the special also has the 2012 Universal Picture logo preceding the special, due to their purchase of Classic Media owner DreamWorks Animation in 2016. Like I said, with with A Year About Santa Claus, that. And for home media, I already had a VHS tape of the original one when I was a kid. I still have it. It still works. It was first released in VHS, and holy shit, I know about this. Laserdisc. I see a photo of it. They're like bigger than a record player. I wonder why they didn't catch on. All right, they're too expensive. I wonder if anybody still has that. I mean, it's a collector's item along with the VHS. You have the VHS tape, the Laserdisc, then the DVD, then the Blu-ray. You have all of it. Which would be pretty like a good museum piece of the evolution of the original broadcasting. Even the original film from the original production that was used in the airing. So that'd be pretty cool. As I was saying, it was by Family Home Entertainment under the lights of Broadway Video from 1989 to 1996 under the Christmas Classic Series label. In 65, rebroadcast print, Describe Approve was used. It got released in 97 by Family Home Entertainment under the license of Golden Books, Family Entertainment, which I remember because this is the one I have. The Golden Books logo appears, which I had a Golden Book when I was a kid. Not only had this one, also had Santa Claus Come to Town, Frosty the Snowman, even, I can't remember the other one. Shit. Here Comes Peter Cottontail as well. It had the logo as well. Even the other one, the Easter Bunny Come to Town as well. Which, according It used the same print, but with the GBFE logo at the end instead of the Broadway video logo. All current video prints of Rudolph by Classic Media are compendium of the two previous telecast versions of the special. All footage in the current version following the original 1964 NBC broadcast without the original GE commercials up until Peppermint Mine scene, followed by the final act, the 1965 edit with the Island Misfit Toys final and the 1965 alternate credits in place of the original end credit sequence. Which, oh boy, the whole story here. I tell you what. This one, okay, Rudolph has a large history compared to the other Rankin Bass specials that I did. I'm not joking. In 1998, the special was re-released VHS by Sony Wonder under the lights of Golden Books Family Entertainment. In 1999, the special was re-released again for the first time on DVD by two companies. 2010 was released for the first time on Blu-ray by Vivendi Entertainment. Hold it. Sorry. This edit has been available in original color form by the former rights holder Classic Media, which in 2012 became the DreamWorks Classic division of DreamWorks Animation, and finally in 2016 part of Universal Pictures. As previously mentioned, this is also the version that had previously aired in CBS, albeit in edit form, accommodate more commercials time. On November 4th of 2014, they released the special on the 50th anniversary edition on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. The same 50th anniversary Blu-ray edition was released with an exclusive storybook. This was only sold at Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be lucky if we saw that. I think I've seen it and bought it, I don't know. Universal Pictures Home Entertainment re-released the special again on DVD and Blu-ray in 2018. Wow. Call about production and merchandise, ain't we? Oh, speaking of merchandise, the books and other items related to the show have been, in some cases, misspelled Hermie as Herbie. Really? Yeah. Oh, great. So you're making Hermie as Herbie the... Okay. Herbie's now Volkswagen. Herbie's now an elf. Rich Goldenschmidt, who wrote Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer, the making of the Rankin Bass classic holiday, says the script by Romeo Mueller shows the spelling to be Hermie. A Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer video game, which, oh my god, was released in November 9th of 2010 by the adaptation of Radwagon Games. Holy shit. If you recall, that's the same game company that did the same for Santa Claus Coming to Town as well. And it's released the same year. Ain't that weird? Same year or a year later? I don't know. For the Wii and Nintendo DS. Which... You want to see how the game was good? IGN give it a 1.5 out of 10. Poor. There was something strange because about the Dolly for Sue mystery. Dolly Sue, a supporting character for the special, has sparked speculation since her debut, being a seemingly normal-looking ragdoll. Fans and critics pondered over the truth behind Dolly's reasoning for being the Island Misfit Toys for nearly 50 years. For some time, it was debated that it had to be her physical appearance, particularly her missing nose. I don't think so, because she's a ragdoll. I don't think she has a nose. No, wait. Annabelle has a nose. I'm talking about the Raggedy Ann dolls. They have, like, those noses. Yeah, but there are dolls that have ragdolls. There are different ragdolls that have no nose. That could be it. Other speculations raised that many believe Dolly was created only created because the rest of the toys on the island were boys, so they created a girl toy to balance the cast. Bruh. In the early 2000s, during an interview with Television Academy, Arthur Rankin Jr. revealed that the reason she stands out from all of the other Misfit toys because she was a last-minute addition to the cast, and hinted at the possible of it being due to psychological reasons. Wait, what? Psychological reasons? Please tell me she ain't related to Annabelle. On December 8th of 2007, during a trivia game on Wait, don't tell me, the mystery was simply put to rest as Rankin himself admitted in a recent interview she was cast off by her mistress and was clinically depressed. The reason behind her being on the island Misfit Toys was due to being abandoned by her owner, causing her to feel abandoned, with a backstory similar to the character in Pixar's Toy Story. Damn it, you trying to make people cry now? Now you're making petty out of Dolly soup. Shame on you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there were sequels as well. After the Rankin Bass special inspired many sequels, including Rudolph Shiny New Year, which was another one of Rankin Bass, which I'm going to talk about later, including his other one, Rudolph Frosty's Christmas in July, as well. This one I seen. Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer and the Island Misfit Toys that came out in 2001 was directed to video computer animated film released by a team that produced an unrelated Rudolph movie in 1998. Neither Rankin Bass or its descendant companies have any involvement. I seen this. The toy ticker was freaky as shit. But the funny part is what he actually looks like. It's like, how the fuck did he drive a dirigible? That's a good question. Where do you get the money for that? Also, we have Jamie Lee Curtis as the hippo, the ruler of the other island, which I think she's a miracle worker. I think she's the other entertainment there. Then you had Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer 4D Extraction back in 2016, a 4-minute stop-motion story adaptation in the form of a 4D film for Timex It Works, produced by Ben Image Labs and directed by Chell White. Another one called Team Rudolph the Reindeer Games. TEAM. Now you get it. A short film adaptation of the book of the same name was featured on the original film's 2018 Blu-ray release. Holy shit. And pop culture, which I think you all know the rest. You ever seen that weird Crash Gets? I forgot the name of his YouTube channel that does his weird channel with the Crusaders against the furries. That one. They did one with Rudolph, but instead his red nose is actually a damn tumor. And there's 2 sequels. The first one, he blows up after the force of pain. The next one, he actually gets But Clarice telling her dad shoots him down while he's doing it with her, and they all crash and it explodes. What the fuck? And there's a whole lot of references because you'll find why. Take example. Which, of course, there was a mention in the stop motion film, The Dawn for Christmas, Jack looks through a book version of Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer to find a logical answer to explain Christmas, which, of course, we know the foxing. Zero leads the way because he has a glowing nose. Oh boy. And you have a lot, but yeah. And people ask me, Melvin, did you like Rudolph when you were a kid? Yeah. But the one scene that freaked the shit out of me was Bumble. the abominable snowman of the north. When he first appeared, that roar, you see his teeth, like, holy shit. That scared the shit out of kids from those days. I can't imagine that scared the shit out of kids back in when that first came out in '64. But damn. I wonder what happened to that puppet. I don't imagine what happened to Bumble. I want to see if he's still intact or still safe. If somebody actually broke it, he might burn in hell. But yeah, to me, it's the one that put Rankin Bass on the map on stop motion history. And remember, I forget, we all seen Rudolph. It's always this classic. But yeah, let me know what you think on Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer, which was released on December 6th of 1964. Depends which version you've seen. I'm going to talk about from the guys from the 90s to the 2000s there, because I'm not going to the 60s until the 80s. They keep editing that. But yeah, let me know what you think of this and what was your first scene. And tell me, the abominable snowman of the north scared the shit out of you? Let me know in the comments down below and say, yep. Who wouldn't be scared of that fucker with that growly? And remember, Bernard Cohen, who was in charge of supervising the voice actor, was the guy who made that damn roar. Who's also collected his father. Damn. Daddy has issues, doesn't he? But yeah, let me know what you think on Rudolph the Red-nosed Reindeer. Did you enjoy it? Did you love it as a kid? Do you still watch it to this day as a Christmas tradition over the holidays? And have you seen when it was on ABC's 25 Days of Christmas? Now it's called 25 Days of... What's it called now? Christmas, Rankin Bass Christmas Holiday. But until then, I'll let you know for what's next story coming out. So, if you're new to the channel, remember to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Like this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.